Chapter 1. Let me level up. Ouch. My god, elder brother, it hurts. Use a little more strength, I'm almost done for. On the Saint Devil Sect's training grounds, a young boy around the age of 16-17 was standing there crying out in pain, but the painful expression on his face also contained a trace of pleasure. Lin Fan had a secret. He did not originate from here but was instead from Earth. Not only did his soul transmigrate over, even his body transferred over too. When he first came to this mysterious world, Lin Fan's heart was completely overjoyed. Ever read novels before? The protagonists in those books, just which one of them were not full-fledged dominating, with strength, status, money, beauty, all of them within their grasp. In front of a simple movement of their bodies and release of some intimidating pressure, whether it be a peerless beauty or the supreme of a sect, all would have to obediently bow before their feet. But before Lin Fan could even finish his daydream, he realized that something was off. Somehow he ended up as a training punching bag for the disciples of a devil sect. Upon realizing this, Lin Fan was petrified on the spot. He only just transferred over and yet ended up becoming a punching bag. This doesn't make any sense. It would be okay even if he ended up as a complete piece of trash, but at the very least they should have let him hide away in incognito. But instead, he became a mere punching bag. This only made Lin Fan speechless and heartbroken enough to secretly cry away for days. In his first year after arriving at the Saint Devil Sect, Lin Fan was still very ignorant. The pain he received was also very inhumane, almost to the point of being beaten into a third-class trash. If it weren't for the fact that this Saint Devil Sect still had a bit of conscience and gave the punching bags a body training manual, he would have long been dead already. Titanium Grade Demon Body Close Double Angle Bracket. When he first received this body training manual, Lin Fan's heart was in complete joy. The name alone had enough swag and domination. If he were to master this, wouldn't he become unbeatable? But when Lin Fan began practicing and experimenting a little, he realized this was a complete rip-off. Open Double Angle Bracket Titanium Grade Demon Body Close Double Angle Bracket had 3 levels and was a training technique that had been casually written by the Saint Devil Sect's founder, an exclusive technique for the punching bags. Even if it was trained to the 3rd level according to the manual after achieving the Titanium Grade Demon Body, it was still merely something the disciples could defeat in one shot with a weapon. But fortunately, God will not forsake those who persevere, and even God couldn't bear to watch Lin's cruel fate. Thus, on the dark and windy night of a certain month, after Lin Fan finished discussing life with the daughter of the Duke in his dreams, he suddenly discovered that he had a data system. Lin Fan researched it for a while but didn't find any kinds of artificial intelligence mentioned in novels. It was something that he had to completely rely on himself to figure out. As for the data system, at first Lin Fan didn't really understand, but later he noticed that underneath his character data panel also was the data of Open Double Angle Bracket Titanium Grade Demon Body Close Double Angle Bracket that he trained. Usually, after completion of his daily punching bag work, Lin Fan immediately returned to eat, then train. After all, if he didn't master Open Double Angle Bracket Titanium Grade Demon Body Close Double Angle Bracket soon, who knows when he might be killed by someone due to a massive blow. But now, Lin Fan awaited the time when he would get beaten up by those disciples, returning later to sleep and continue his fantastic daydreams. After Lin Fan had yelped out at the red-faced disciple, he opened his character panel. After carefully observing for a while, it seemed that with just a bit more effort, his Open Double Angle Bracket Titanium Grade Demon Body Close Double Angle Bracket would rise to the 5th level. Though according to the manual Open Double Angle Bracket Titanium Grade Demon Body Close Double Angle Bracket could only be trained to the 3rd level, he had already trained it to the 4th level. What was going on with that? Name: Lin Fan. Level: 1. Experience points: 0. Martial skills: Open Double Angle Bracket Titanium Grade Demon Body Close Double Angle Bracket 4th level, 2003 thousandths. Lin Fan looked at his own character data panel and also felt a little sour. The level was still level 1, and as for leveling up, it was not like Lin Fan never thought about it. It was just that he could never find a way. It had been a year since he came to this world, and even though he was yet to leave the Saint Devil Sect, Lin Fan had still inquired about the cultivation levels of this world. Pre-celestial, post-celestial, peri-celestial, lesser celestial, greater celestial, each stage divided further into 9 levels. Lin Fan realized that it likely was not limited to just these, but because he was merely a punching bag, to be able to investigate this much was already pretty good. +1, +1, +1. The experience for Open Double Angle Bracket Titanium Grade Demon Body Close Double Angle Bracket began slowing to a crawl. Lin Fan looked at the current sect disciple in front of him that was already mustering all his strength and sighed. Today was an unlucky day for him to meet such a weak disciple. His attack only increased his experience by 1. Furthermore, the punches on his body were so soft and powerless he even thought that they better not stop giving him experience altogether. Sure enough, as soon as he thought that, +0, +0. Seriously, this garbage can't go on any further. He doesn't even give experience anymore. There is simply no point in this. Lin Fan looked around at his fellow punching bags, whose screams echoed to the sky as if they were experiencing the greatest pain they ever received in their entire life. In the Saint Devil Sect, no one would care even if punching bags were killed. They would just dig a hole and bury them and move on. Why aren't you screaming? At this moment, the disciple that saw the previously screaming Lin Fan now just look around, a spark of anger ignited in his heart. When the punching bag was screaming while being beaten by him, even if he was a bit tired, he would still be very excited and feel like he was very strong. But now he was angry. Lin Fan, thinking that he couldn't waste this day anymore, looked at the sect disciple in front of him and said, "What are you barking about? Acting is very tiresome, okay? Your punches are feeble like a sissy." The face of the sect disciple who heard these insulting words began to turn white then blue, and his eyes began quaking with fury. Lin Fan looked at the sect disciple's expressions and laughed out loud. "Your facial performances aren't bad. Go home and drink some more milk. It's like you are scratching my itch. You. The sect disciple suddenly became speechless, and his voice became all choked up, his previous aggressive eyes suddenly turning watery. You are bullying me. My punches are not weak." Lin Fan instantly became stunned, watching the wailing disciple run off from the training grounds like a bare-bottomed baby, completely speechless. As a disciple of a devil sect, how can he be so fragile? Lin Fan shook his head, not paying any more heed to that guy, and instead tried to think of a way to hurriedly level up. A 4th level open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket was already this strong, who knew what a 5th level would be like. Lin Fan stood there holding his chin, and looked around at the surrounding punching bags and sect disciples, as his lips curled into a smile. It seems there was a need to enable the taunting mode. Lin Fan gathered his breath and then roared out loudly. "Everyone stop, I have something to say." Lin Fan's roar could totally compete with the lion's roar in novels. For Lin Fan, wasn't it just a competition to see who was louder? Back on Earth, he was the class exercise leader after all, so it would be no good if his voice were not loud. Those disciples who were training with the punching bags also were stopped by this roar. The screaming punching bags, whose faces were beaten black and blue, looked towards Lin Fan, unsure what their fellow punching bag was about to do. Some punching bags at this moment hurriedly gathered their breath, awaiting the next wave of attacks. Just when would this kind of days ever come to an end? Apparently, if they were to train the open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket to the 3rd level, they would be able to become outer sect disciples, just like these outer sect disciples that were using them as punching bags. But they know it was impossible when they thought about it. After all, some of the senior punching bags that had stayed here for a few years already, even they had only trained open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket to the 1st level. As for the 3rd level, it was practically impossible. At this moment, the punching bags all become dumbfounded after hearing the next words, with the same set of words resounding in their respective heads. "This guy will be beaten to death." Don't look at me with such a confused expression. If I were to be honest, in my eyes, everyone here is absolute trash. Lin Fan, with one hand behind his back, turned towards the outer sect disciples and beckoned them with his finger. Chapter 2. A bunch of trash come hit me. What did he say? Trash? How dare you call us trash? Damn it, we are Saint Devil Sect's outer examination disciples. As long as we pass the examination, we can become outer sect disciples. A mere punching bag dares to say that to us? Despicable. Which one of us isn't a dragon amongst men, descendants of nobility? This puny punching bag dares to insult us. My fellow brothers, don't worry, I will teach this ignorant fool a lesson. At this point, these outer sect examination disciples were completely infuriated. They never would have thought a person of the lowest category in the sect would dare defy them. It was essentially seeking death. At the same time, the hearts of the battered punching bags were filled with gratitude after hearing those hate-seeking words. Bro. Boss. Father. Lin Fan stood there watching the person draw near. Brat, you are far too arrogant. Even though I won't take your worthless life, I will still let you understand that arrogance is wrong. These outer sect examination disciples, even though they had yet to learn the Saint Devil Sect's martial arts, the strength they possessed was impressive compared to average people. Although it wasn't at the point of cracking metal and splitting stone, they could still destroy trees of the thickness of a bull with one punch. Prepared to teach Lin Fan a lesson, the outer sect examination disciple took a stance and let out a cry, attacking with full force. Bam! Lin Fan looked at the person in front of him as his lips curled into a smile. +2. As expected, this guy is stronger than the previous on. Not bad, not bad. Oh, I said you guys are trash, and you all wouldn't believe me. Completely useless. Can't you use more power? Lin Fan stood there brushing off his chest in disdain. Again? Brat, don't get cocky, eat this. The outer sect examination disciple was unwilling to believe this outcome. +2. +2. Ellipsis. At this point, the outer sect examination disciple had both hands shaking and was heavily gasping for breath, as his forehead began dripping with sweat. What's up, can't continue. Lin Fan smiled while looking at the guy in front of him. Not bad, not bad. He gave me around 100 experience. Even though the attacks, later on, became powerless and didn't really increase experience, the initial attacks were still okay. At this moment, the outer sect examination disciple looked up at Lin Fan with his eyes filled with utter disbelief. This guy, was he possibly made of steel or something? You. Seeing the guy before him acting so arrogant, the outer sect examination disciple could feel his heart filled with indignation, but he was unable to do anything. He then roared out, "Brothers, beat him to death." Lin Fan was awaiting this very moment. To achieve the 5th level of the open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket, he would need to rely on these guys. Who knew just how many levels this open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket had? Currently, the attacks of this group of outer sect examination disciples on his body already felt like nothing. If he were to raise the open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket to the 100th level, then wouldn't he become invincible? Haha, come at me trash, bring out all your strength. Lin Fan laughed out loud. At this point, countless numbers of fists rained down upon Lin Fan's body. Brat, don't get so cocky. Today we'll let you know our power. +2, +1, +1 +0, +0. At this moment, Lin Fan saw a guy's fist land on his body without giving any experience, and yet he stood there taking up space and acting like he was doing something. This greatly displeased Lin Fan. This guy was essentially standing there doing nothing, and thus he immediately kicked him aside, making room for others. Seeing the experience for open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket continue to skyrocket made Lin Fan feel incredibly pleased. As expected, with more people, the experience also rises quicker. The hearts of the surrounding punching bags, who were collapsed on the ground, were further overwhelmed with gratitude seeing Lin Fan being beaten by a group of people. Big bro, rest in peace. After you die, we will continue to remember you. Woo woo. Why'd I feel like crying seeing this? From now on, you are our big bro. The outer sect examination disciples continued to attack mercilessly, all blows accurately hitting the mark. Brat, let's see you be cocky now. Today, we will beat you until you beg for mercy. HMPH, how dare you challenge us? If we don't punish you today, you won't know the difference between heaven and earth. At this point, in order to receive the blows more efficiently, Lin Fan was directly lying face down on the ground. According to Lin Fan's analysis, whether it be toes or fingers, as long as the blow was strong enough, the experience would increase. Soon. 2,853 thousandths. Just 150 experience points left. Please give a little more effort. As for after reaching the 5th level, who knew if these guys' attacks would give open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket any further experience. Originally, at the 1st level, these outer sect examination disciples hits could bring 10 experience points. But with each increase in level, the amount of experience began to decrease more and more. After reaching the 4th level, it was essentially 1-2 points per hit. Sometimes, there were even no points. Seems like after the level rises, a new method will be needed. Oh crap. Who kicked my butt? Oh. Hey, don't get too ahead of yourselves, or I will get mad. Holy. Dang. Open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket has risen to the 5th level. Dang. Activation startup of the strongest upgrade system, met. Entering adjustment state, will fall unconscious for 24 hours. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Entering unconscious state, the strongest upgrade system, entering activation mode. At this point, Lin Fan had lost all consciousness, but he was really looking forward to the capabilities of the strongest upgrade system after its activation. Currently, the outer sect examination disciples had long exhausted all their energy. They were angry, but as for the punching bag that dared provoke them, it was likely that he had long died already. Everyone stop, this guy is likely dead already. That moment, a fairly sturdy-looking outer sect examination disciple, with his face completely beet red and forehead full of sweat, called out. Hey, he's completely motionless. It looks like he actually died. Even if it were an ox, it wouldn't be able to withstand all that beating. At that moment, a disciple came forward and checked Lin Fan's breath, then suddenly exclaimed, "Hey, he is still breathing. He's not dead yet. This guy is a monster. Even after all that, he's still not dead. HMPH, we have shown him what happens to people who act arrogant. If he dares to insult us again, we will take his worthless life." That's right, it's getting late. 3 days later is the outer sect examination. We still need to train some more and go all out. Let's go. When the outer sect examination disciples left the training grounds, the punching bags that had been hiding afar all hurried over. Hurry, bring Big Bro back and take care of his wounds. Big Bro is a real man. I, Ergo Dan, have never in my entire life looked up to anyone, but I respect Big Bro. What can those outer examination disciples do? In the end, they had to group together to defeat Big Bro. Big Bro must have trained the open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket to the 3rd level. Those so-called outer sect geniuses are nothing. Enough nonsense, hurry up and carry Big Bro back. Right, Big Bro, you must hold on. Chapter 3. The world's most terrifying martial arts. Lin Fan opened his eyes, and his expression immediately changed. Upon opening his eyes, several panic-looking faces appeared before him. This could be incredibly traumatizing for anyone. What are you all doing? Lin Fan's voice shook slightly. Did these guys possibly do some unspeakable things to me while I was unconscious? Such as, "Big bro, you're finally awake. I knew you wouldn't be defeated so easily." One of the boys surrounding Lin Fan said excitedly. Huh. Lin Fan blanked for a moment. What's up with these guys, and since when did I become their big bro? That's right, the system should be up. I need to analyze it. Let's ignore these guys for now and directly open it up. Name: Lin Fan. Level: 1. Experience points: 0 tenths. Martial skills: open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket 5th level, 3000 10 thousandths. Others explore on your own. It didn't change much from the previous one except for the experience points. Big bro must be hungry. Hurry up and get big bro some food. Right. Not long after that, a big bowl of delicious smelling chicken soup appeared before him. Lin Fan did not say anything, and with his stomach protesting in hunger, Lin Fan immediately finished off the chicken soup under the envious stares of the surrounding people. He didn't think that amongst his fellow punching bags, there were still some good ones hidden like this. Not bad. Big bro, you must be tired. Let Big bro take a good rest after he finishes eating. Big bro, you have to hold on. Big bro will definitely become a dragon and phoenix amongst men in the future. It was unfortunate that Ergo Dan was beaten to death this morning. He will not be able to witness the future greatness of Big bro. Saint Devil Sect was a devil sect, and life and death situations were a normal occurrence. Everyday punching bags died, so this sort of thing was no longer shocking. After the surrounding people had left, a single individual remained. His figure was short, not really sturdy looking, and also had a look that seemed sorry to the masses. To be able to survive this long could also be considered a talent for someone like him. Big bro, this is a martial skill passed down in my family. I think, among us, Big bro is the only one who can obtain it as you are the sole genius. So you must continue on. The person brought out a time-worn and tattered secret manual from his chest and gave it to Lin Fan. Lin Fan unreservedly accepted it, then looked at the person in front of him. Okay, if in the future you don't die and I become a person who dominates the world, I will ensure your great success. This was the first time Lin Fan made a promise to someone after coming to this world. Huh? Big bro, don't do this. Just want you to try your best. It was evident that this person didn't take Lin Fan's words to his heart. From his perspective, Big bro's bluff was a bit too much. Lin didn't say anything else, as he also knew the other party didn't really believe him. Basically, adding flowers to embroidery could never beat delivering charcoal when it was snowing. As he just started up, Lin Fan would remember in his heart every single person who helped him, and for the person in front of him, Lin Fan silently memorized his appearance. In the future, he would surely repay him. Big bro, you have a good rest. I will go back. Okay. Lin Fan nodded his head and then looked at the secret manual. Ding. 2-bit secret manual open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket. Learn? Of course learn. No matter how small a fly is, it is still meat. Particularly in this world, even though Lin Fan wasn't some elite of the sect, he still knew that the sect safeguarded its martial skills very strictly. As for being able to enter a hidden library and choosing any skills after becoming an outer sect disciple, that was complete bullshit. For the sect, the outer sect disciples could range from 10,000 to hundreds of thousands. How could there possibly be that many martial skills for everyone to choose from? A person had to rely on himself. Ding. Learned open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket. First level, 0 tenths. This open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket supposedly had only 2 levels, but it was unknown how many level this could rise to now. Even though open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket is a 2-bit technique, Lin Fan believed that he could raise this seemingly trash martial skill to an unbeatable level. Open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket had only one move, a move that was absolutely devastating for males, an earth-shattering power, one move that directly crushed one's balls. Lin Fan takes a deep breath, his body instantly moving as his right hand formed a claw, guiding it towards the indescribably wonderful place. +2. +2. Ellipsis. Ding. 2-bit martial skill open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket raised to 2nd level. Character experience +10. Ding. Character leveled up. Haha. Lin Fan laughed out loud. Who would have thought that not even a minute would pass and open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket would have already risen to the 2nd level. Looks like I really am a peerless genius. If he were to raise open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket to the 100th level, even God's balls would be crushed. Name: Lin Fan. Level 2, Precelestial stage waiting to be unlocked. Experience points: 0/20ths. Martial skills: open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket 5th level, 3000 10 thousandths. Open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket 2nd level, 10/50ths. Lin Fan stood up and hurried towards the direction of the training grounds. This grand opportunity, how could he let it go waste? He must take advantage of this chance. The punching bags in the surroundings couldn't help but be confused seeing Big Bro leave so hastily. Where is Big Bro going? Wasn't Big Bro still heavily injured? From his pace that was full of spring and incredibly lively, was he perhaps all right? Oh no. Yesterday, Big Bro took all the suffering for us. It must be because I mentioned how Ergo Dan was beaten to death by those outer sect examination disciples. He is now going for revenge. Big Bro values friendship so much, he will definitely stir up trouble. No, we must hurry over. Shortly, Lin Fan arrived at the scream-filled training grounds. Lin Fan looked towards those hard-working outer sect examination disciples, and his heart rejoiced looking at all those experience points. Open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket has already reached the 5th level. I wonder how much experience these guys can give. With that in mind, Lin Fan could not hold back any longer. Everyone stop. Just like yesterday, Lin Fan let out a roar, which was even louder than yesterday. The outer sect examination disciples all became stunned after seeing this and then began talking amongst themselves. This guy again. This guy was just beaten half to death by us yesterday, how is he still so lively today? HMPH, after yesterday's punishments, even he would dare not be so presumptuous. As soon as these outer sect examination disciples finished talking, Lin Fan put one hand behind his back and pointed straight ahead while shouting. Everyone, if I were to be honest. But this time, before Lin Fan could even finish, the outer sect examination disciples were already riled up. Brothers, this guy is once again provoking us. Using words to insult us, we must make him pay. Lin Fan smiled while looking at the rushing outer sect examination disciples, revealing a very pleased expression. How smart, after yesterday's lesson they can already link things together, not bad, not bad. In that case, let's see how much experience all of you can still give open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket. I just hope it isn't too little. Lin Fan looked at these talented youngsters with expectation and eyes full of hope. Plus O. Plus O. At this moment, Lin Fan's previous expression of anticipation suddenly changed. What the hell? This. Brad, I will let you know the definition of misery today. Forgetful fool. Do you really think we are easy to be messed with? I am the son of the Prince of Genin, my purgatory art has long been perfected. I will let you taste the pain of a living hell. Lin Fan looked at this group of angry outer sect examination disciples. If it were yesterday, then he would allow them to be excited, because the harder they tried, the more benefits he gained. But now, little bastards, since you are all so useless, I will let you experience the world's most terrifying martial arts technique, and let you all never forget this pain for eternity. Open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket. Chapter 4. Crushing all balls in sight. At this moment, the world began falling apart, the skies darkened, the seas dried up, and people jumped up and down, wave after wave. Monkey steals peach, +2, monkey steals peach, +2. The formerly mighty training grounds was now filled with screams. The voices were soft like cotton, like the delicate breathing of females. Upon listening more carefully, one could feel a kind of endless sorrow and grief contained in them. Currently, Lin Fan was repeating the same action repeatedly. Bending his waist, reaching out his hand and crushing with his fingers. Again and again, even if the world were to end, nothing could stop Lin Fan's longing for experience. You despicable lil scumbag, using such a dirty move. The outer sect examination disciples were panicking in disarray, both hands covering their crotch, as a cold air rose from the bottom of their feet to the top of their head. Such terror, this was actually petrifying. Ding! 2-bit martial skill open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket raised to 3rd level. Ding! Defeated lousy 2-bit disciple, experience +5. Ding! Defeated lousy 2-bit disciple, experience +3. Oh! Lin Fan heard these notifications, his heart throbbing wildly with ecstasy. Who would have thought this was how the experience for character level came from? Seems like this is similar to a game, defeating a monster to level up. Not bad, not bad. At this moment, the outer sect disciples that suffered greatly at the hands of Lin Fan all looked at this scumbag with despising eyes. But at this point, they suddenly realized that the said SC******'mbag's eyes now had an intense glare that sent fear throughout their bodies, as if something even more terrible was about to happen. A group of outer sect examination disciples surrounded Lin Fan. Even though the scumbag in front of them utilized a foul move that they were unable to defend against, they still were unable to accept doing something like tucking their tails and running away. Even if they had to pay a great price, they needed to make this nasty scumbag fall here. Lin Fan stared coldly at both of his hands. This pair of hands was about to become tarnished, but if it meant gaining experience, merely staining his hands was utterly trivial. Look, his eyes! The front row of outer sect examination disciples exclaimed. They were carefully observing the dirty scumbag, and the moment Lin Fan's eyes flashed a sudden realization dawned upon them. Lin Fan looked up, a deep feeling of guilt within his eyes. He looked around at the group of outer sect examination disciples. Innocent lambs, you are all about to be tainted by this pair of wretched hands. But don't worry, I will hold back. Lin Fan stared intensely at the surrounding outer sect examination disciples. Dirty scumbag, what did you say? You think you alone can defeat the hundreds of us? Kneel down and apologize, then we'll spare your life. HMPH, don't be too presumptuous. Monkey steals peach. Suddenly Lin Fan rushed into the group. A 5th level open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket to these outer sect examination disciples was essentially a tank with perfect defense, rampaging about with no attacks being able to cause any damage. And even though open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket was only at the 3rd level, it now had reached a point of unstoppable perfection. You dirty little scumbag, I will take you on. Ow, it hurts. Let go, it's being crushed. A certain outer sect examination disciple cried in misery. His vision began to blur, his body shuddered violently, both hands clutching his crotch, and tears containing thousands of indescribable emotions forming at the corner of his eyes. A man must have face no matter what, but you have now destroyed my face. I will never let this go in this life. Monkey steals peach. +5. Ding. Defeated lousy 2-bit disciple, experience +5. Ding. Defeated lousy 2-bit disciple, experience +2. Ding, congratulations, character leveled up. At this moment, Lin Fan was essentially like a wild demon, with both hands outstretched, bringing out the full potential of open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket, as if writing a whole new law regarding the cultivation of open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket. A surefire hit with each strike, no matter how one defended, one couldn't stop the godlike hands of Lin Fan from invading. Brothers, this wretched person uses such dirty moves. Even though we are members of a devil sect, we wouldn't stoop so low and attack like that. As the outer sect examination disciples began retreating one by one disciple who could be said to possess an unparalleled beauty began rallying his fellow brothers to unite and bring down Lin Fan. Like a weaving dragon, Lin Fan moved back and forth between the outer sect examination disciples, and this particular outer sect examination disciple acting so arrogant caught his attention. The pretty boy suddenly felt an invasive gaze lock firmly upon him, and his heart jolted with a bad feeling. When his eyes met with Lin Fan's, the pretty boy began cowering back in fear. If Lin Fan's attacks weren't aimed at that unspeakable spot, it would be fine even if he were defeated. His strength may not match against him, but at least he wouldn't be scared. But right now he was terrified. Seeing so many of his fellow brothers fall at the hands of this guy, especially the look of utter tragedy within their eyes, he understood it definitely hurt a lot. As the pretty boy saw the clenched hands of Lin Fan, a cold air began to rise, and his 2 legs began to involuntarily shudder. Monkey steals peach. No. It hurts. The vision of the pretty boy blurred, as he lightly called out and immediately fell down while twitching. This scene of horrible misery made people unable to even look. When all the outer sect examination disciples fell upon the ground, Lin Fan also had no more peaches to steal. Name: Lin Fan. Level: 9, Precelestial stage waiting to be unlocked. Experience points: 0.001. Martial skills: open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket 5th level, 3,010,000. Open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket 10th level, 1,010,000. Lin Fan looked at his character data panel and nodded with satisfaction. Now that his level had risen to 9, he was an invincible being to the outer sect examination disciples in front of him. A number was floating above the forehead of all the outer sect examination disciples. Some had level 5, some level 6, some even level 8. None of these outer sect examination disciples had yet reached the Precelestial stage. Lin Fan had seen the attacks of Precelestial stage disciples before. Their attacks were nothing like those of these outer sect examination disciples. 3 days later was the outer sect examinations, and even though he didn't possess a competitive heart, he had to become an outer sect disciple. In the end, this place was too small for Lin Fan. If he wanted to become stronger, he would need an even bigger world. Lin Fan turned around and began to leave, but stopped after a few steps. I will come again tomorrow. Those who previously saw this despicable scumbag beginning to leave had started to slowly stand up, but upon hearing those words, their legs lost the strength, and once again collapsed on the ground. After what happened today, they no longer had the heart to fight with him again. Dirty, despicable, shameless, how could such a person appear in this world? Lin Fan sighed. What these outer sect examination disciples thought of him was something Lin Fan also understood in his heart. But how could this all be his fault? After all, he only knew the move open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket. There is a saying that describes this very well. One move to rule them all. Since he only knew one martial arts technique for now, there was no point in minding it. Also, Lin Fan discovered that body training arts were different from martial arts. When open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket rose to a certain level, it needed the help of stronger external forces to further upgrade it. But for martial arts, regardless of the opponent's strength, they all gave experience. Even though there was a difference between the amount strong and weak opponents gave, but no matter how weak or strong the opponent was, they all still gave some experience at least. Chapter 5. Leveling up like a rocket. Night. A modest-sized tile house with the inside filled with people. Lin Fan's fight today left the group of punching bags completely speechless. They could only give Lin Fan a thumbs up, expressing their belief. Big bro, the move you used today, was it open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket? Xiao Luji had stayed at the Saint Devil sect for quite a while, and he understood the matters that went on around here. Even though open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket was a martial arts technique passed down within his family, he understood that compared to the martial arts of the outer sect examination disciples, the difference in power was vast. Yep. Lin Fan nodded his head in affirmation. Amazing, I never thought that my family's technique was this powerful. But only Big Bro is able to bring out the full potential of its power. Xiao Luji said excitedly. Lin Fan felt a bit embarrassed but didn't say anything. Big Bro, 2 days later, the outer sect will begin their examinations. Are you thinking about entering? Xiao Luji asked, his eyes filled with anticipation. Xiao Luji, aren't you asking the unnecessary? Why wouldn't Big Bro enter? You think he really wants to stay stuck here with us for his entire life? That is true. Xiao Luji nodded. Even though Lin Fan possessed a system, he had been in this world for about a year already. Although he wasn't overly familiar with it, he still knew that this world was very dangerous. Inside the sect, a mere punching bag like him usually wouldn't dare defy the outer sect examination disciples. He also understood that to a sect, talent was the most important. If one had the power, one could provoke anyone, but at one's own risk. If one were to just display a bit of talent and be killed by jealous sect members, then this sect wouldn't have been able to live very long and long ago self-destructed. Lin Fan had 2 ideas, one was to seriously raise his own power, and the second was to attract the attention of someone from the top and then leave this place. But Lin Fan came to one conclusion. The outer sect examination disciples training grounds was a completely obsolete and inferior place inside the Saint Devil sect. What kind of top member would have nothing to do and come here? Therefore, he had to rely on himself. Since he obtained these golden fingers, if he didn't do something big, he would feel sorry for all his life. The next day, Lin Fan woke up early, made some food to fill his stomach, and then hurried on over to the training grounds. Now that he was at the 9th level, open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket was also at the 10th level, the experience he gained now would be slow. But no matter what, up to the day of the outer sect examination, he would get as strong as he could get. Ellipsis. A light breeze passed across the training grounds. The cool breeze blew up a cloud of dust from the bricks, and a few leaves floated about in the air before finally landing on the ground. Silence, absolute silence. What is this situation? Lin Fan looks at the scene in front of him, completely dumbfounded. Where did all the people go? The previously fiery training grounds were now absolutely silent and completely empty. This. Lin Fan held his chin, looking helplessly in front of him. These outer sect examination disciples were far too brittle. All they did was lose some peaches. Is there any need to be this scared? Huh, looks like there will be nothing for these next few days. I will have to completely rely on myself. Defeating others gave him experience, in which case defeating all those monsters and beasts outside should also net him experience. But if he were to hate, he could only hate himself for only being a mere punching bag in the Saint Devil sect, who didn't have the permissions to leave sect grounds. Otherwise, he would go outside and violently exterminate waves of monsters. At this moment, Lin Fan saw 2 people approaching from afar. Lin Fan's heart leapt with joy. Finally, people arrive. But his expression then immediately changed, which was because the number above the head of one of the people was 8th level Precelestial. This. Looking towards the young boy standing next to the man in light robes was the unparalleled pretty boy who he had mercilessly beaten yesterday. Lin Fan's heart jolted. Perhaps that guy didn't accept yesterday's results and brought along an expert for revenge. An 8th level Precelestial who was just 2 steps away from the post-celestial stage. What was a person like him doing in such an obsolete training ground? Furthermore, a person like him should definitely not be the kind of guy to have spare time to go around avenging others. Is this the one you were talking about? The man in light robes asked. Yes, senior brother. He is the person I was speaking of. The unparalleled pretty boy stood respectfully to the side, not daring to make any disrespectful movements. Even though his nemesis Lin Fan stood right in front of him, he dared not show the slightest bit of joy at the other party's misery. No, Lin Fan's heart pondered, this guy was not brought along as a helper. If he were brought along as a helper, the pretty boy would definitely not act like this. It seems there is some sort of unspeakable secret hidden here. The man in light robes looked at Lin Fan and slightly nodded his head. Suddenly Lin Fan felt an energy with the momentum of a wave surge forth. Pooh! Lin Fan only felt a tremendous blow on his chest, completely not knowing what happened. The blood inside of him rolled over as he spit out a chunk of blood. So strong. Lin Fan retreated dozens of steps, clutching his chest while half kneeling on the ground, looking at the man in front of him. Ding, experience plus 30,000. Ding. Congratulations, open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket leveled up. Ding. Congratulations, open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket leveled up. Ellipsis. Lin Fan was surprised, only feeling how terrifying the attack was. Merely one move and it raised open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket by 2 levels. Not bad. A second level Precelestial full force strike and only spitting out blood. It seems you have trained the open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket to a very high level. Come with me. The light-robed man nodded his head, his eyes flashing with extreme curiosity towards this punching bag that was able to train open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket to this level. Wait. Lin Fan soothed the blood flow within his body and looked towards the light-robed man. This was true strength. If one didn't possess strength, they would have to let others throw them on the chopping board and be diced. But for Lin Fan, this was a perfect opportunity. How could he let it escape? Whether it was on Earth or now, Lin Fan was a madman, a complete madman. If he didn't utilize all the benefits in front of him, he would never stop. The previous 5th level open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket endured after receiving the 2nd level Precelestial full force strike and only caused him to spit some blood. Who knew what a 7th level open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket could do? Lin Fan knew the 8th level Precelestial sect disciple in front of him most likely wanted him for something, so he definitely wouldn't kill him. But of course, Lin Fan wouldn't foolishly say, "Please come hit me," or similar, asking for a beating, type of words. You couldn't withstand the shame I put on you yesterday, so today you brought along a helper. Do you think I'll be scared by just this? Let me tell you something. Lin Fan, am not afraid of anything. I am completely not afraid of people seeking revenge upon me. As soon as he finished, Lin Fan rushed forward. Come and hit me. The light-robed man looked towards Lin Fan and gave a slight smile, amusing. Bam! He did not see the light-robed man make any movement, only feeling as if there was an invisible wall in front of him, as Lin Fan who rushed up was sent flying back. Lin Fan uncontrollably spat out blood again. Ding! Experience plus 2,000. At this moment, Lin Fan was in utter ecstasy. Earlier, even when he let those outer sect examination disciples beat him freely, they merely gave a few points. Who would have thought this guy's one hit would increase his experience by so much? Nice. But not enough, your daddy here needs even more experience. HMPH, weak and powerless, this is the helper you brought along? Seems to me like nothing. Lin Fan rose up while saying, "Stop it, you may not disrespect senior brother." The pretty boy's expression changed, and he immediately reprimanded. No matter what, it's a bit interesting for sure. Open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket level limit is 3, and even training it to the 3rd level can merely endure one 1st level Precelestial full force strike. This is getting more and more interesting. So be it, let's see just how much you can withstand. The light-robed man gave a soft laugh. Chapter 6. Senior brother, one step at a time. The unparalleled pretty boy standing next to the light-robed man was utterly stunned. How was it possible? How could this guy survive against that? You are the most impressive punching bag I have ever seen since I entered this sect. The light-robed man said while laughing softly, after which his expression immediately changed. His previous mildly gently expression now became immensely fierce. But, pure steel is easy to bend. Bam! Lin suffered another blow, as his body was sent flying and splatters of blood drifted through the air. Ding! Experience plus 3,000. How refreshing! Lin Fan lied on the ground while feeling the experience increase, his heart almost bursting with excitement. The light-robed man looked towards the collapsed Lin Fan, and a slight smile appeared on his mouth, a half-powered strike of a 3rd level Precelestial. No matter how high his open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket is, unfortunately, it won't be able to block that. But don't worry, you will not die as I also held back. Go, pick him up and come with me. The unparalleled pretty boy looked towards the collapsed Lin Fan, gloating as he said with satisfaction. Courting death. The light-robed man turned around, preparing to leave. A talent capable of enduring a half-powered strike of a 3rd level Precelestial, he wondered if senior brother would be interested in recruiting him. The world contained numerous unusual people, to the point of being uncountable. The Saint Devil sect has existed for thousands of years. What kind of disciples had it never seen before? This punching bag cultivated just the open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket but managed to cultivate it to an even higher level. He undoubtedly was a talent, but this alone was not going to be enough. The light-robed man already saw through him. This punching bag hadn't even reached the Precelestial stage yet. In his eyes, he was merely a slightly special ant, nothing more than that. But at this moment, the light-robed man's expression abruptly changed to that of slight disbelief. Ah, not bad, not bad. That was stronger than the previous one, but it's still not enough. Lin Fan once again stood up, brushing his chest. It was quite painful, but these kind of formidable free experience-giving people were few. If I don't properly utilize this opportunity, in the future, I'll be full of regret, sure. You? The light-robed man looked at Lin Fan in dismay. What was up with this guy? How could it be like this? Lin Fan looked at the light-robed man, feeling a trace of vulnerability. This counted as exposing himself. Open double-angle bracket titanium. Grade demon body close double-angle bracket had a total of 3 levels, and it was impossible to defend against an expert Precelestial's strike. But he had now let this guy beat himself to raise the experience of open double-angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double-angle bracket, which was also all to attain the power to defend himself. If he were to follow this light-robed man, who knew what would happen? Whether he would end up dead or alive was uncertain. The punching bags were not yet official disciples of the sect, and no one would care about their life or death. So Lin Fan would have to struggle and take his own chances. Since other people didn't find him special, he would then prove it himself. Alright, let's just see how long you can endure. The light-robed man's momentum surged, as a full-force Precelestial strike slammed against Lin Fan's body. Ding, experience plus 4,000. Ding. Congratulations, open double-angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double-angle bracket leveled up. Currently, Lin Fan was ecstatic to the point of flying. This level up was way too fast, enduring a few hits and the result was a level up. Moreover, this experience treasure trove even slowly raised his cultivation base, assisting his own efforts and allowing his experience to skyrocket. If the light-robed man had used the full power of an 8th level Precelestial from the start, even if his open double-angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double-angle bracket were at the 7th level, he would have immediately reduced to nothing. Seeing Lin Fan stand up once again, the light-robed man's previous calm demeanor was now steadily becoming furious. He felt a sense of shame, and even though he was withholding his cultivation base and this guy was beaten to the point of spitting blood, nonetheless, he repeatedly stood up again and again. It was actually becoming unbearable now. Alright then, I refuse to believe this superstition. The light-robed man flared up. Seeing the light-robed man flare up, Lin Fan felt even more delighted inside. Refusing to believe this superstition, that's right, wait until the end. Even if you don't believe, I will make you believe. Bam! Lin Fan was sent flying once again. Ding! Experience plus 5,000. He stood up again. Bam! Sent flying again. Ding! Experience plus 6,000. Bam! Ding! Experience plus 6,000. Ding! Congratulations, open double-angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double-angle bracket leveled up. Ellipsis. Why can you still stand? The light-robed man was slowly unable to maintain his demeanor. Because of Lin Fan, who stood up again and again, his confidence was now deeply shaken and his ego offended. The unparalleled pretty boy on the side was completely dumbfounded, standing there entirely motionless as if he had seen a ghost. Come, Lin Fan beckoned with his finger, not wanting to say anything more. Damn it, I refuse to believe. I also can't believe, so you have to prove it yourself. Lin Fan looked at the light-robed man and said comfortingly, damn it, in that case, let's see how you stand against my full power. The light-robed man was also angered by Lin Fan. No matter what, he was just a young man in his 20s, so naturally he still possessed a bit of youthful arrogance. His years of training, at this moment, also disintegrated into a complete mess. Upon hearing the words, full power, Lin Fan immediately jolted and was slightly scared. Don't mess around. A full-powered strike of an 8th level Precelestial, that would utterly decimate me into pieces. Light-robed senior brother, no so fast. You were just at 3rd level Precelestial. Now should be 4th level Precelestial, one step at a time, you must not skip. Lin Fan shouted in a hurry. Lin Fan already had a plan in mind. If the other party still insisted upon using full strength, he would definitely kneel down and admit defeat. He couldn't be reduced to a dog just like that. Alright, a half-powered strike of a 4th level Precelestial. Let's see how you defend against that. The light-robed man roared and his body twisted. From the start to the moment of attack, Lin Fan didn't realize just how the light-robed man carried out the move. Fast, it's too fast. Bam! Lin Fan was sent flying again. This time, Lin Fan was not immersed in the euphoric feeling of his ever-increasing experience but was instead thinking about a problem. It seemed there was a need for him to re-evaluate the disciples of the Saint Devil sect, and this piece of intelligence was a bit moving. At this point, Lin Fan looked towards the light-robed man and couldn't help but feel a bit of love. Of course, this was an appreciative type of love. If more talents like him were to appear, in the future, what was there to worry about? Ding! Experience plus 7,000. Good, senior brother's strike made my blood circulation flip, throwing up a pot of blood, but it's not enough, again. Lin Fan wiped his mouth as if he were merely just eating and then refusing to pay. Damn it, how can you still stand? I will let you experience my full power. The light-robed man's long black hair flowed along with the wind. No, light-robed senior brother, you just used a half-powered strike of a 4th level Precelestial. Now should be its full-forced strike. One step at a time, slowly. You must not go back on your word. Lin Fan shouted. All right. Hearing this, Lin Fan secretly wiped his tear. How touching. Ding. Experience plus 8,000 feet. Ding. Congratulations. Open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket leveled up. Ellipsis. Ding. Experience plus 9,000 feet. Ding. Experience plus 10,000 feet. Ding. Congratulations. Open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket leveled up. Ding. Congratulations. Open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket leveled up. Ding. Congratulations. Open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket leveled up. Ellipsis. 4th level Precelestial stage half powered strike. 4th level Precelestial stage full forced strike. 5th level Precelestial stage. 6th level Precelestial stage. By this time, the unparalleled pretty boy was long on the ground with white foam frothing from his mouth, his entire body twitching. Impossible, this is completely possible. But at this time, the light-robed man had his black hair a mess, his 2 eyes completely red and his expression brutal. Ah, why can you still stand? The light-robed man's demeanor had collapsed entirely, one strike after another raining down upon Lin Fan's body. Ding, experience plus 1,000. Ding, experience plus 1,000. Lin Fan sighed and looked at his character data. Name. Lin Fan. Level. 9, Precelestial stage waiting to be unlocked. Experience points. 0.001. Martial skills. Open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket 18th level, 0.1 millionths. Monkey steals peach close double angle bracket 10th level, 1,010,000ths. Lin Fan felt that he went a bit too far, really too far. The light-robed senior brother had long used the full power of his 8th level Precelestial stage, but the current Lin Fan was entirely immune to it. Seeing the light-robed senior brother crazily beat him, Lin Fan could only endure the attacks and wait for after his heart to resign and him to quiet down. Chapter 7. Senior brother, you are a gracious person. Why, can you still stand? I, Ni Mingyang, entered the sect at age 4. For the past 18 years, day and night, with non-stop training, I finally attained the 8th level Precelestial stage, becoming an outer sect disciple. Why can't I defeat a mere disciple that hasn't even yet reached Precelestial stage? Why? Lin Fan watched as 2 teardrops rolled down from the corner of Ni Mingyang's eyes, his heart unable to bear the complete result. He seemed to have left a profound impact upon Ni Mingyang. Even though Saint Devil Sect was a devil sect, but in his year here, Lin Fan had never seen those type of cruel things happen before. Even though punching bags would die time to time, it couldn't be blamed upon others. Since they became a punching bag, they must have had this kind of determination. Lin Fan sighed again, as his hand rested on the shoulder of Ni Mingyang. Senior brother Ni, don't say anything, I can endure. When a genius appears, a person like me who can only use my sweat and tears to replace pure talent cannot stand against him. Ni Mingyang wiped his tears while saying, this kind of thing for anyone would be like a bolt out of the blue. No, senior brother Ni, I just wanted to say one thing. I was just hoping you wouldn't get too mad. Lin Fan looked at Ni Mingyang while saying, in Lin Fan's eyes, Ni Mingyang was actually not that bad. If he had known this person was not so bad, he wouldn't have gone so far. After all, being knocked down to the ground was not a big deal. But now saying anything was too late. From now on, you and I are brothers of the same sect, no need to be so distant. Those so-called righteous path sects, although they demonize our devil sects, if you continue on you'll discover that our devil sects value friendship much more compared to those so-called righteous path sects. Ni Mingyang said with emotion. Alright, senior brother Ni's words are very gracious, to the point that this junior brother is moved. In that case, please excuse me. Lin Fan was moved to tears upon hearing this. This is exactly what a sect should be like. What was this about cheating amongst each other, about one's cultivation base being stronger than others and therefore others must die, as depicted in novels? They were all complete lies. I am gracious, so even if you offend me, I will not get mad. When I bring you to see senior brother and initiate you into the sect, you will also be considered my junior brother. Ni Mingyang stood tall and prideful looking at Lin Fan with an atmosphere a senior brother should have, like a wave surging forth towards Lin Fan. Alright, with senior brother Ni's words, I also feel at ease. Lin Fan's expression was full of joy. No worries. Ni Mingyang smiled and waved his hand dismissively. With these words of self-comforting, the almost collapsing heart had now turned over rapidly. But at this moment the world changed. Ni Mingyang suddenly realized that even though the sun in the sky was ever so shining brightly, in front of his eyes was pitch darkness, unable to see anything. Only a single phrase traveled to his ear. Open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket. That moment, at an extremely fast speed, the 10th level open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket was instantly activated by Lin Fan. At that moment, between heaven and earth, it seemed as if no peach could withstand against Lin Fan's pair of demon hands. The action, fast and straightforward. bent over, reached out and grabbed the peach. Ah! At that moment, an unbeatable powerful sound wave traveled forth. This sound wave contained immense strength and power, making it an unstoppable power. This sudden roar was from the mouth of senior brother Ni. At the moment, Ni Mingyang's face had turned pale, his trembling hands clutching his crotch while he was collapsed on the ground and foaming at the mouth. Lin Fan looked towards Ni Mingyang, his heart feeling even more guilty. But whatever the case might be, since he already made senior brother Ni experience a blow, another blow should be no significant matter. Ding! Open double angle bracket monkey steals peach plus 200 feet, ding! Congratulations on defeating 8th level Precelestial stage Ni Mingyang, experience plus 2000. Ding! Congratulations leveled up. Ding! Congratulations leveled up. Ding! Congratulations on unlocking Precelestial, entering the Precelestial stage. At this moment Lin Fan's heart was full of joy. He finally ranked up to the Precelestial stage. Name: Lin Fan. Level: 11, 2nd level Precelestial stage. Experience points: 0.50 thousandths. Martial skills: open double angle bracket titanium grade demon body close double angle bracket 18th level, 0.1 millionths, open double angle bracket monkey steals peach close double angle bracket 10th level, 1,210 thousandths. Lin laughed crazily. Who knew that with the temporary sacrifice of senior brother Ni, he would gain such an immense amount of experience, such utter bliss. You. Currently, the Ni Mingyang that was collapsed on the ground with one hand clutching his crotch and one hand pointing at Lin Fan, had an enraged expression, as if he were about to get up and fight Lin Fan to death. Gracious. Senior brother Ni, you are a very gracious person. This junior brother of yours just merely wanted to experiment a little. Lin Fan innocently said. Ni Mingyang even had the desire to die right now. He stood up with incredible difficulty, the peach below in a tremendous, indescribable pain that made his teeth shatter. Gracious, your senior brother is a very gracious person. Junior brother is still young and playful, your senior brother understands. Ni Mingyang recovered with great effort. If any other area of his body had received any other kinds of massive injuries, Ni Mingyang would have definitely not been in the state he was right now. But that area was a weak point for men. Receiving such a severe blow and still being able to stand was also because of his deep cultivation base. I just knew senior brother is a very gracious person. Lin Fan said while smiling. Alright then, come with me. Ni Mingyang swore to the heavens that after this business was finished, he would never ever meet with this guy again. Dangerous, it was far too dangerous. Senior brother, where are we going? Lin Fan could tell that Ni Mingyang was not a treacherous kind of person, so he directly asked. I will bring you to see senior brother Meng. After that, senior brother Meng will recommend you and let you become an outer sect disciple. Ni Mingyang frowned slightly as if the pain in his eggs had still not disappeared. Huh? Lin Fan jolted with a bit of disbelief. He wasn't here to harm him? Ni Mingyang saw Lin Fan's expression and lightly said afterward, did you think that I was here to harm you? No. Lin Fan said hastily, these novels are going to get me killed. Ni Mingyang obviously didn't believe what Lin Fan said. Those types of treacherous actions are rarely seen inside the Saint Devil sect. The Saint Devil sect has experienced prosperity and failure since its creation, understanding that infighting will always be an utter disaster for a sect. I understand it, senior brother Ni, but technically, I could just participate in the outer sect examination in 2 days. Lin Fan said, you're a genius. When he reported it, senior brother Meng didn't believe it, and neither did I, but now, I am even further convinced that you're a genius, and any genius is considered a valuable member of a sect. That's why those type of time-wasting exams are merely an ordinary person's threshold. Ni Mingyang said. Lin Fan nodded his head. The initially oppressive atmosphere at this moment had completely vanished. Senior brother Ni, then what is our threshold? Lin Fan asked. Ni Mingyang looked at Lin Fan, then murmured, entering the Precelestial stage is 1 step, Post-Celestial is a small step while Pericelestial is an even bigger step. For a sect, out of thousands of people, if even one is able to achieve the Pericelestial stage, it is a joyous occasion. In the future, you will begin to understand. It's getting late, senior brother Meng likely cannot wait any longer. What about him? Lin Fan pointed towards the collapsed pretty boy. He has merits for recommending a talent, so I will reward him in the future. Come, Ni Mingyang said. Lin Fan heard this and was startled. Seriously, so in the end, I was merely a treat. Forget it. Seeing Ni Mingyang's smiling expression, it seemed as if he would also get a reward. The previous guilt in his heart had completely vanished at this point. And if he were to enter the outer sect in the future. He. At this moment, Lin Fan smiled perversely. Chapter 8. The pig roaming in the beginner's zone. Along the way, Lin Fan conversed with Ni Mingyang and gathered quite a bit of information. At the same time, he began to recognize the Saint Devil sect system. Genius, that was the critical point that needed to be raised. In the Saint Devil sect, the outer sect examination disciples were divided into 9 major sites. The area Lin Fan was in was merely a small portion of one of those sites, and this small fraction alone contained hundreds of people. An overall estimation would likely end up with a terrifying number. The Saint Devil sect, in order to discover those hidden geniuses within the sect, enforced a reward system for identifying and reporting a genius. Senior Brother Ni, what kind of person is Senior Brother Meng? Do you think he will like a genius like myself? Lin Fan asked while cackling. Ni Mingyang, who was walking in front, stopped suddenly. Lin Fan watched Ni Mingyang, wondering what kind of result this would bring. Junior Brother Lin, Senior Brother Meng is a solemn person. You must not be disrespectful in front of Senior Brother Meng. Be sure to keep that in mind. Ni Mingyang said seriously. He was afraid that this innocently playful junior brother might act out of line in front of Senior Brother Meng. Understood. Lin Fan nodded his head, a bit curious towards this so-called Senior Brother Meng, one of the outer sect's top 10 geniuses. To be within the top 10 among the thousands of outer sect disciples, he most likely was a very powerful person. While walking, Lin Fan entered the Grand Garden. Since the time he became a punching bag, Lin Fan had never been anywhere else. So naturally, he didn't know how big the Saint Devil sect was. Thus, the sight in front of him brought Lin Fan into an entirely new world. We have arrived. This is where Senior Brother Meng resides. Lin Fan looked at the house in front of him, his heart yearning. One day, I will also possess all of this. Enter, and remember, don't be disrespectful. Ni Mingyang cautioned again. Okay, I understand Senior Brother Ni. Lin Fan nodded his head. Towards Senior Brother Ni, Lin Fan still had a desire to get closer to him. Even though he would occasionally act tough, but the intelligence and compassion was still very touching. Within the pearly white walls of the garden, the surrounding green willows, and the adorning mountain rocks gave off an impression of magnificence and elegance. So this is the place one of the outer sect's top 10 geniuses resides in. It truly is desirable. Senior Brother Meng, Ni Mingyang stood outside the house and respectfully greeted. Enter. A faint voice came from inside the house, at which point Lin Fan became a bit nervous. Hearing the voice alone, he could sense the toughness which was quite high. Lin Fan followed behind Ni Mingyang and entered inside. The insides of the house emitted a sense of antiquity, like a place where a scholar would reside. For a devil sect, this kind of place was a bit incongruous. Is this the genius mentioned by the underling? Meng Yangchang closed the ancient book within his hands, and then carefully observed Lin Fan. Lin Fan also stared directly at this so-called outer sect's top 10 geniuses. Sure enough, a dragon amongst men. As a man, Lin Fan also felt some envious hate. What was up with this world? How could there be so many men that possessed such devilish beauty? And the so-called Senior Brother Meng in front of him, even with his devilish beauty, he didn't possess a sense of overwhelming superiority but instead gave off an indescribable feeling. In more modern terms, an elegant indifference, difficult to speak with, definitely difficult to speak with. And when Lin Fan took a look at the level, he was instantly convinced. 6th level Pericelestial. Seriously, with a cultivation base that high and still lying around among the outer sect disciples, this is insane. Breaking through to post-celestial would allow one to become an inner sect disciple. Upon entering the pericelestial stage, they could become a core disciple and even compete for the position of sect head. The weaker ones could still become sect elders or the likes. This is essentially just a max-level pig who is stubbornly refusing to leave the beginner's zone. Of course, this thought was kept inside Lin Fan's heart. Even though his open double-angle bracket titanium-grade demon body close double-angle bracket had reached the 18th level, when Lin Fan thought about it, perhaps even with a mere breath of the other party would reduce him to nothing. You're Lin Fan? Meng Yangchang asked. Yes. Lin Fan silently but non-submissively nodded his head. Even though your cultivation base is quite high, but no matter what, I am someone who possesses the ultimate system. I cannot lose face. Senior Brother Meng, the cultivation of Junior Brother Lin's open double-angle bracket titanium-grade demon body close double-angle bracket is really high, it can even withstand my full-powered strike. He is a rare talent for sure. Ni Mingyang said excitedly. Oh, Senior Brother Meng's gentle expression slightly changed. Lin Fan suddenly felt as if his whole being was completely exposed in front of Senior Brother Meng. Lin Fan felt a bit awkward. The cultivation base of Senior Brother Meng is quite high. How is his style like this? Not long after that, this kind of feeling disappeared. Not bad, not bad. He is definitely unusual. Open double-angle bracket titanium-grade demon body close double-angle bracket is Saint Devil Sect's lowest body training technique. To be able to train it to that level is also an incredible qualification. But your cultivation base is rather low, so you need to work harder. Meng Yangchang's expression was calm, but felt quite shocked on the inside, with a strong feeling of disbelief. But how could an expert like him reveal a shocked expression in front of the juniors? I thank Senior Brother Meng for the advice. Lin Fan said. Tomorrow morning, take him to Elder Li's place for initiation. Meng Yangchang said. Yes. Ni Mingyang nodded his head and prepared to leave. Tomorrow morning. Senior Brother? For the intersect exams in 3 months, you should work hard, set aside your other businesses and give it a try. Meng Yangchang said. Senior Brother, wherever you go, I will also be there, Ni Mingyang said with a firm expression. Lin Fan, who stood to the side, silently looked towards the two people and pondered. Lin Fan, who stood to the side, silently looked towards the two people and pondered. Does Ni Mingyang perhaps like men? TCH. I don't want to think about it, I don't want to think about it. Ha, go. Meng Yongchang sighed. Yes. Outside. Along the way, Ni Mingyang didn't say a single word, and Lin Fan became a bit bored. What's the cultivation base of senior brother Meng? Lin Fan pretended to be clueless and asked. After all, for a 6th level peri-celestial to stay in the outer sect, it was quite weird. 3rd level post-celestial, Ni Mingyang replied. Lin Fan nodded his head, as expected. There is something up, even hiding the cultivation base and not letting others know. Was Meng Yongchang perhaps actually a tiger pretending to be a pig type of big shot? Senior brother Meng told you to enter the inner sect exams, why won't you go? People strive to aim higher, do you want to stay in the outer sect for the rest of your life? Lin Fan asked. You don't understand? Ni Mingyang didn't say anything more. Hearing this, Lin Fan instantly exploded in his mind. Seriously, I don't understand? You don't even bother to explain the situation and just say I don't understand. Whatever, just whatever. I am not a gossiping type of person. Who cares if there is some kind of relationship or something between you two, it has nothing to do with me. But it really is intriguing. Lin Fan really wanted to open Ni Mingyang's head and carefully investigate what exactly was going on, to the point of him being ready to cast aside his chance for promotion and riches. But upon seeing Ni Mingyang's current deadpan expression, Lin Fan didn't bother to pursue the matter. Chapter 9. You're truly a peerless genius that only appears once every thousands of years. Talent Registration Hall. Lin Fan stood underneath the hall's nameplate, lost in thought. This name, dominating, perfectly exhibiting the high-end caliber of a genius, it seemed no matter where one was, talent would always be a high-demand commodity. Junior brother, let's go in. Ni Mingyang's attitude towards Lin Fan was very friendly, not containing any trace of urgency. The key point was that having a bad attitude just wouldn't do. After all, Ni Mingyang's eggs felt quite painful even now. This junior brother's attack is a bit sinister. It seems there is a need to report this incident to senior brother Meng. Yes. Lin Fan returned to himself and nodded while following Ni Mingyang inside. Along the way here, Lin Fan realized that the Saint Devil sect was indeed a big sect. The size was rather too huge, to the point that one could get lost in it. Outer sect disciple, Ni Mingyang, recommending a talent, seeking an audience with Elder Li. Ni Mingyang said while standing respectfully outside the entrance. Understood? At this time, a faint voice sounded from within the dark hall. This voice sounded a bit scary and cold, making one feel a chill deep down in the bones. Even the fearless Lin Fan involuntarily shuddered. Senior brother Ni, how is the voice of Elder Li this petrifying? Lin secretly asked. Shish, be cautious, junior brother. Remember, in a moment, when you see Elder Li, absolutely don't panic, understand? Ni Mingyang suddenly remembered something and was a bit regretful for not telling Lin Fan earlier. But now that they were already standing outside the hall, he couldn't really explain in detail either. Panic? What's there about panicking? Lin Fan was surprised for a moment and didn't quite understand. Was it possible this Elder Li was a man-eating tiger? But even so, Lin Fan was not scared. If it came down to it, one open double-angle bracket monkey steals peach close double-angle bracket should do. Shish, quiet, Elder Li has arrived. Ni Mingyang's expression slightly changed while he respectfully stood there. Lin Fan secretly glanced towards the person walking out from the darkness. Dressed in black robes, the figure was a bit burly. Huh. At this moment, as a ray of sunlight shone on the face of Elder Li, Lin Fan's expression suddenly changed. His eyes were shimmering with disbelief while at the same time reflecting a bit of fear. This, how could a human look like this? Half a human face, half a skeleton, such that one could even see the pulsing brain inside. Incredibly terrifying, it really was incredibly terrifying. Remembering Ni Mingyang's words, Lin Fan lowered his head, no longer observing Elder Li. Even if Lin Fan was open-minded, he had never faced this kind of situation before. If it weren't for Ni Mingyang's previous warning, Lin Fan would have likely shouted out, a ghost. Elder Li, this is Lin Fan. His open double-angle bracket titanium-grade demon body close double-angle bracket has been cultivated to a very high level, and can even defend against my 8th level Precelestial full-powered strike. Ni Mingyang introduced in detail. The Talent Registration Hall was the Saint Devil Sect's foundation point. Countless talented disciples had been required to register with it, and from then tremendous investments allowed it to further develop. Earlier, when the Talent Registration Hall was first created, the sect was highly attentive to the genius disciples, but as time went on, the number of geniuses continued to grow more and more. So the sect obviously couldn't provide an indefinite amount of resources, and thus even though the current Talent Registration Hall still received quite a lot of resources, it wasn't as crazy as it used to be. Oh, is that so? Then I would like to see. With this, Elder Lee showed a hint of interest. Lin Fan stood there, and his weak body gave a sudden shudder. My God, don't get so close to me. Lin Fan slightly raised his head, and his vision met with the flaring green of Elder Lee's eyes and the half-skeleton face. Are you scared of my face? Elder Lee smiled while observing the rather new midget sect member. Even though Lin Fan's expression was a bit disrespectful, Elder Lee was not angry. No, don't joke around, I'll really be a complete idiot if I were to speak the truth now. But this Elder Lee's face really is rather bone-chilling. You cannot blame the ignorant? In your path, you will meet people even scarier than me. Elder Lee ridiculed and then rested one hand on Lin Fan's shoulder. Lin Fan immediately felt a stream of energy flow throughout his body, as if it were searching for something. Lin Fan was close to tears at this point. Being infiltrated by people twice in one day, you all will never obtain my virginity. Then, something that made Lin Fan even more panicked happened. The previous calm flaring green of Elder Lee's eyes suddenly began jumping and shining with much greater intensity than before, while staring at Lin Fan to the point of giving him goosebumps. My God, what are these people? Their stares make me feel so awkward. Penetrating, this glare has too much penetration power. Genius. Elder Lee excitedly grabbed Lin Fan, peerless genius. To cultivate open double-angle bracket titanium-grade demon body close double-angle bracket to such a level, a peerless genius that only appears once every thousands of years. Ni Mingyang, who had been standing there respectfully the whole time, had previously just been thinking about how Elder Lee was really talkative today. But upon hearing Elder Lee's first words, the corner of his mouth revealed a slight smile. Junior brother is naturally a genius. Otherwise he wouldn't have been recommended here. But when he heard the words that followed, Ni Mingyang was stunned. Peerless genius? Furthermore, a peerless genius that only appears once every thousands of years. Upon hearing those words of Elder Lee, the already wide eyes of the fidgety Lin Fan became even wider. Haha, genius, peerless genius? A peerless genius that only appears once every thousands of years. Elder Lee, a peerless genius like myself that only appears once every thousands of years most definitely will receive the full protection of everyone in the entire sect, right? Am I going to become the personal disciple of the sect head and receive personal guidance? Lin Fan was ecstatic at this point towards the Saint Devil sect that treasured geniuses so dearly. A peerless genius that only appears every thousands of years like myself, won't I be treasured to the utmost? The various kinds of tremendous sect resources, on top of his own system, wouldn't that mean his days of becoming an invincible god are drawing near? Haha. As he continually thought about it, Lin Fan became thrilled. Who would have thought that in this world, yours truly would be able to dine in such riches? The heavens are quite kind towards me. At this point, the previously excited Elder Lee suddenly calmed down. Alright, not bad, come collect your outer sect necessities. Ni Mingyang, this is your reward for recommending a talent. Afterward, bring this newly initiated junior brother to the assigned residence and explain the Saint Devil sect's commandments to him. Elder Lee regained his calm and said, Yes, Elder Lee. Ni Mingyang respectfully received the reward and nodded. Huh. At this moment, a basin of ice-cold water poured over Lin Fan from head to toe, fully awakening him. Elder Lee, but I am a peerless genius that only appears once every thousands of years, is this the only treatment I get? Lin Fan was frustrated. Was the previously excited expression just a lie? I was already prepared to meet the sect head, how did it become like this? All things start from scratch, one step at a time. One must not be too hasty. With these words, Elder Lee's figure gradually disappeared into the darkness of the hall. FCK. Lin Fan was completely frustrated at this point. This shouldn't be how things go. The peerless geniuses in novels, if they weren't hacked to death by people, then they would be cradled like a treasure by them. A peerless genius that only appears every thousands of years, and this is the treatment I get. The heavens and great earth, give me an explanation. Chapter 10. Senior brother, please wait. Senior brother Ni, did we come to the wrong place? Lin Fan looked towards the incredibly simple building in front of him, then thought about senior brother Meng's residence. The difference was on an entirely different level. No, it's not wrong, the residences of the outer sect disciples are all located here. Ni Mingyang said while smiling, Junior brother, work and train hard, do not fall behind. But then again, you're a genius, so you definitely will succeed. Thank you senior brother Ni. Lin Fan nodded. Senior brother Ni, how come this residence is so different from senior brother Meng's? Junior brother, senior brother Meng is one of sect's top 10 genius disciples, so of course the treatment will be a bit different. But as long as junior brother works hard in the future, you most definitely will also receive the same treatment as senior brother Meng. Ni Mingyang comforted. Lin Fan looked towards Ni Mingyang and nodded his head. Aren't you stating the plain obvious? With the power of yours truly, with just a little bit of effort, even the sect's top 10 genius disciples will become my experience treasure trove. But for now let's just lay low and go about this slowly, one step at a time. Senior brother Meng, how many outer sect disciples are there in total? Lin Fan inquired. 8,888 people, Ni Mingyang said. Upon hearing this, Lin Fan's heart leapt with joy. More than 8,000 people. It seems after playing around here a bit and obtaining some more experience, securely achieving post-celestial stage is merely child's play. Junior brother, what are you smiling about? Ni Mingyang, seeing Lin Fan smiling alone, asked in confusion. No, I am not smiling, senior brother. I am feeling tired, so I wanted to go rest up. At the moment, Lin Fan wanted to investigate the surroundings, take appropriate measures, and prepare to catch a big one. Alright, then take a good rest, junior brother. Your senior brother will take his leave now. Ni Mingyang said. Goodbye, senior brother, I will come see you in a few days. Lin Fan said while waving his hand. Ni Mingyang, who was preparing to leave, turned white in fear and quickened his pace upon hearing these words. No good, I must move when I return home. If this guy comes to see me, it definitely will be for no good reason. Back inside the house. Lin Fan opened the items he had collected. Medicinal pills contained inside a white bottle, a light-colored long robe, a pair of shoes, a sword, an iron emblem, and a not-too-thick manual, and that was it. Just these many items? Lin Fan sighed, feeling that the sect was a bit stingy. Lin Fan then dumped out a medicinal pill from inside the white bottle. The pill was white, the size of a soybean. Ding! Discovered, circulation pill. Effects. Ingestion by ordinary people will increase inner energy circulation flow, strengthening the body, refining the internal organs, can only take one per day. Ingestion increase. Experience plus 100. Lin Fan counted, a total of 30 pills. It seems these are given on a monthly basis. Lin Fan directly poured out all the medicinal pills and stuffed them into his mouth, gulping them all down at once. Ding, experience plus 3,000. It seems that ingesting medicine will also be a good way to level up in the future, he thought. But for now, he was unfamiliar with this area, and hence there was a need to investigate it thoroughly. Afterward, Lin Fan picked up the distributed sect clothing and felt it with his hands. Not bad, not bad. The material is rather reliable, very smooth. But what's up with this? Why is there a split on the left and right? Is this perhaps a cheongsam? And it was also liftable from the back, saving the trouble of having to undress. At this moment, Lin Fan couldn't help but become rather sinister. Then Lin Fan picked up the sword, testing it out in both hands. It was merely an ordinary sword, quite useless, so he directly threw it aside. Ding! Discovered open double angle bracket Saint Devil secret manual close double angle bracket. Learn. At that moment, inside a variety of information appeared inside Lin Fan's head which he didn't previously know. Not bad, not bad. The next day, training field. The outer sect examination disciples came to the training field one after another. At the same time, the faces of the outer sect examination disciples revealed a blissfully happy smile, as if something joyous had occurred. Hey, senior brother is smart, managing to get rid of that monster. We won't be bullied by him from now. Standing in the middle of the crowd, the unparalleled pretty boy smiled confidently, a mere trivial matter. Clever senior brother. Senior brother is a brilliant person, his brain is better than anyone else's. The surrounding outer sect examination disciples gathered around the unparalleled pretty boy, dousing him in flattery. The pretty boy was also enjoying this current situation and was smiling as bright as a sunflower. In the early morning, Lin Fan hurriedly got up. He couldn't allow his daily plans to be delayed from something like sleeping in. Since he had entered the outer sect, he needed to properly utilize the current resources. Those outer sect disciples are all innocent little lambs that have not been harmed yet. Each one of them is softly calling out, just waiting for yours truly to invade. Lin Fan wore the lightly colored long robes of the outer sect disciples, tied the emblem to his waist, and walked towards the outside. Now, he needed to find the area where the outer sect disciples were training. But when Lin Fan arrived at the place, he was instantly confused. What's this situation? Where did all the outer sect disciples run off to? How was the huge outer sect disciple training field this empty? There were only a few people, easily countable. This was completely different than what Lin Fan had in mind. Under normal circumstances, this outer sect training field should be packed full of people, each one training their hardest. What's up with this current situation? Is it possible that yours truly might need to return over to where the outer sect examination disciples are? Those guys can't even provide much experience anymore, low enough to just completely disregard them. Heavens and earth, is it possible you just want me to decay away like this? I want to train, I want to level up. Lin Fan said nothing and directly stopped one person. Senior brother, may I ask why there's barely anyone on this training field? Lin Fan asked in a friendly manner. The expression of the person stopped by Lin Fan didn't look too good. Carefully looking at Lin Fan and seeing the emblem on his waist, he then asked, "Are you a new outer sect disciple?" "Yes," Lin Fan replied while nodding. The outer sect training field usually doesn't have many people. The vast majority of brothers typically train at their own quarters. The dragon-sleeved senior brother lightly replied, seeing that the attitude of this junior brother was quite nice. "I see." Lin Fan nodded, "But this is quite troublesome. They all train within their own quarters. Just what method should he use to lure those guys out? It seems there is a need to think about it and make a plan." But, for now, Lin Fan had a crucial matter that he needed to take care of. "Senior brother, may I ask how you are viewed upon amongst the outer sect disciples?" Lin Fan curiously asked. "Respected by everyone." The dragon-sleeved senior brother raised his head while proudly saying. Lin Fan looked at the other party. He had a bit of swag, so it was likely true. "May I ask for senior brother's name?" Lin Fan asked humbly. Han Lu. Even though senior brother Han didn't understand why this outer sect junior brother asked this, he still decided to reply to the other party. "Senior brother Han, how do you see me?" Lin Fan asked. Han Lu looked at Lin Fan in confusion, his heart asking thousands of questions. Just what did this junior brother want? He was currently heading over to Elder Chuangong to borrow a manual. If he ended up missing the time, he'd be deeply regretful. This is the first time I met junior brother, so it's hard to say. If there is anything else junior brother needs, let's talk next time. Since your senior brother has business he needs to attend to, I must leave now. Han Lu hurriedly said, as if he didn't want to talk anymore with Lin Fan. Alright, senior brother, take care. Lin Fan said while smiling. Han Lu nodded and then turned around leaving. Senior brother, please wait. Lin Fan spoke up suddenly at this moment. What? Han Lu turned around in doubt. But the instant he turned around, Lin Fan immediately moved. Monkey steals peach. Chapter 11. Not conceding, so just do it. A cool breeze